everyone. Does opening the history books makes you dizzy and sleepy? Are you still thinking history as a mountain of memorization? So let me fix it. History is not a boring subject. Why do you feel history is boring just because there are a lot of things to remember? You are trying to memorize every single thing in the history, that too in a wrong way. You are just doing ratification, which is a wrong method to study social science. So, me as a topper, I scored 100 marks in my class 10th social science board exam. So, today I'm going to share the exact format, how I studied history. So, let's begin. The truth about why history is being boring. The history is not a boring subject. You are making it boring. Opening, directly jumping into your NCRT without knowing the story. Of course, it would make it boring. There is nothing to search about. Like you know nothing. Straight jumping into such a standard high book, that won't help out. So, you have to fix it. The way you approach the subject is wrong. You have to correct your approach. So let's begin. There is 4-step system that I followed for history. So step 1 is watching the animation. I never jumped into NCRT directly. Like I read NCRT just before 2 months before my pre-boards, and my classmates was just grinding, like reading NCRT like crazy. I was watching animations and understanding the basic ideas. Like I used to watch animations of Sun Like Study and Padle Akshay. They used to tell a lot of mnemonics, and that is the best. First, you need to understand the outline of the story. Then only you will able to remember the events. Like if you understand history like a story, that would be interesting. The step 2 is I never jumped into NCRT after watching animations. I used to do question practice. Like I have practiced lot of PYQs and questions. So what I used to do is I bought Kriti Sharma's Score 100 book. I never read short notes from it. I never read PYQs from it. Like what I used to do is there was a worksheet with it, workbook with it. It had chapter wise questions. I used to solve those worksheets after I completed animation of a chapter. So the question I did wrong, I marked them out, like okay. And after reading the answers given in the book, I realized like I need to correct my answer writing skills. That helped me improve my answer writing skills. And third step is don't use NCRT as your holy book. Just read it as like something secondary. Like I would be hated for this just because many people are saying NCRT is missed. I know NCRT is important, but don't just grind NCRT. You're reading NCRT a wrong way. You need to figure out something good. Like the best way to read NCRT is after doing question practice. After doing question practice, you would realize many questions are made from this area of the NCRT. Then try to memorize some high level words or some exact lines from the NCRT just because it would make your answer look more good and authentic. So, the next point is I made short notes, timelines a lot. For all the chapters of history, even for all the chapters of social science, I had 1 page notes, and I used to revise them a lot. Like I didn't like once I one like what I used to do is I used to watch an animation, write down main points from it, write down the questions, the main point that I did wrong in the questions, and after that, third thing I used to do is reading NCRT. I used to write the important points from NCRT to that 1 page notes, and I used to revise them a lot. Like I didn't even need to open my NCRT again. I used to study from their notes. But sometimes I do open my NCRT. That was just to remember the flow, how they represented everything. And reading NCRT is important. But it is not the whole thing. The question practice is the whole thing. So stop focusing on just grinding, reading NCRT for 2 hours and understanding nothing. So the best part is You can make history so much interesting that you would get addicted to it if you follow the right way. So do follow it and you will see the difference. Like many people are like, read NCRT from the starting, but I did not read NCRT from the starting. I understand it, the basics. I understood the chapter first. Then after the syllabus was completed in my school, I understood all the topics. After that, I picked NCRT. Like I used to read little bit of NCRT. Like if I didn't understand anything, if teacher was like teacher said to read NCRT, then I used to read. But my plan was first understand the topics, first understand everything, then read NCRT. I have read NCRT like throughout before my pre-boards and after my pre-boards, like 2 to 3 times for each chapter. But for some chapters I just read it 2 to 3 times. Like I just read it once, I made notes from NCRT, and that's it. I never opened NCRT of those chapters. Like chapter 1, 2, 3 of geography, they are very much easier. And for history too, I never read NCRT like a book, like I'm reading line to line. What I used to do is read one page, read one topic, try to explain it. I used famine technique a lot. Like before my pre-board, I had to revise 19 chapters in a day. What I did was I didn't read, like I set a timer for 15 minutes, opened my NCRT in front of me. What I used to do is just I had already memorized everything in my mind after revising it a lot. So what I used to do is I explained all the chapter, what I things I read so fastly in 50 minutes. Like I didn't have time to read NCRT because NCRT of history is very long. So what I used to do is just flipping through the pages. Like this is this Treaty of Vienna contained this that point. Like I explained 2 chapters of history, like chapter 1 and 2 of history, just in 30 minutes. That's it. So you have to follow the correct approach to study history. History isn't boring, your method is boring. So fix it. So I would get another video for geography. Stay tuned.